Good evening, friends, fiends, and night owl supremes. Welcome back to A Bit Late. It's me, A Bit Frank, and tonight we are reading another Grimm fairy tale. So I do hope the evening finds you well and comfy, and if you're not well and comfy yet, well, get comfy. I am so sorry. I do apologize. Thank you for putting up with this. But settle in for tonight's story, The Wolf and the 7 Little Kids. And I'm pretty sure they mean like goat kids here, just so you know. Anyway, into it, shall we? There was once upon a time an old goat who had 7 little kids and loved them with all the love of a mother for her children. One day she wanted to go into the forest and fetch some food. So she called all 7 to her and said, "Dear children, I have to go into the forest. Be on your guard against the wolf. If he come in, he will devour you all, skin, hair, and all. The wretch often disguises himself, but you will know him at once by his rough voice and his black feet." Da-na-na. The kids said, "Dear mother, we will take good care of ourselves. You may go away without any anxiety." Oh, what good little kids reassuring their mother. Then the old one bleated and went on her way with an easy mind. It was not long before someone knocked at the house door and cried, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the little kids knew that it was the wolf by his rough voice. "We will not open the door," cried they. "You are not our mother. She has a soft, pleasant voice, but your voice is rough. You are the wolf." Then the wolf went away to a shopkeeper and bought a great lump of chalk, ate this, and made his voice soft with it. I wonder if that really works. Or if you just be like coughing up chalk dust. I don't know. Weird. Anyway, then he came back, knocked at the door of the house, and cried, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the wolf had lain his black paws against the window, and the children saw them and cried, "We will not open the door. Our mother has feet not like yours, for you are the wolf." Then the wolf ran to a baker and said, "I have hurt my feet. Rub some dough over them for me." And when the baker had rubbed his feet over, like a foot massage, he ran to the miller and said, "Strew some white meal over my feet for me." I was wondering how the wolf was going to pretend to have hooves. The miller thought to himself, "The wolf wants to deceive someone," and refused. But the wolf said, "If you will not do it, I will devour you." Then the miller was afraid and made his paws white for him. Yes, so are men. Now the wretch went for a 3rd time to the house door, knocked at it, and said, "Open the door for me, children. Your dear little mother has come home and has brought every one of you something from the forest with her." The little kids cried, "First show us your paws that we may know you are our dear little mother." Then he put his paws in the window, and when the kids saw that they were white, they believed all that he said and opened the door. But who should come in but the wolf? Da-da-da! Surprise! They were terrified and wanted to hide themselves. One sprang under the table, the second into the bed, the third into the stove. That's not a really good plan. The 4th into the kitchen, the 5th into the cupboard, the 6th under the washing bowl, and the 7th into the clock case. But the wolf found them all and made no delay, but swallowed one after the other down his throat. The youngest in the clock case was the only one he did not find. When the wolf had satisfied his appetite, he took himself off, laid down under a tree in the green meadow outside, and began to sleep. Soon afterward, the old goat came home again from the forest. Ah, what a sight she saw there! The house door stood wide open. The table, chairs, and benches were thrown down. The washing bowl lay broken to pieces, and the quilts and pillows were pulled off the bed. She sought her children, but they were nowhere to be found. Oh, that would be horrible, horrible, horrible to come home to. She called them one after another by name, but no one answered. At last, when she called the youngest, a soft voice cried, "Dear mother, I am in the clock case." She took the kid out, and it told her that the wolf had come and eaten all the others. Then you may imagine how she wept over her poor children. That's bad. Sorry. At length, in her grief, she went out, and the youngest kid ran with her. When they came to the meadow, there lay the wolf by the tree, and he was snoring so loud that the branches shook. Like the Breath of the Wild monster, so... She looked at him on every side and saw that something was moving and struggling in his stomach. He ate them in one piece? Ah, said she, is it possible that my poor children, whom he has swallowed down for his supper, can still be alive? Then the kid had to run home and fetch scissors and a needle and thread, and the goat opened up the monster's stomach. Hardly had she made one cut than a little kid thrust its head out, and when she had cut farther, all 6 sprang out one after another, and they were all still very much alive, and had suffered no hurt whatever. For in his greediness the monster had swallowed them whole. Did he dislocate his jaw, I wonder? I'm going through some jaw issues right now, and that sounds hecka painful, just saying. I'm also not planning on eating goats whole, so anyway. What rejoicing there was! They embraced their dear mother and jumped like a tailor at his wedding. Interesting. We will have to read that story. The mother, however, said, "Now go and look for some big stones. We will fill the wicked beast's stomach with them while he is asleep." Devious, Mother Goat, devious. Then the 7 kids dragged the stones thither with all speed and put as many of them into his stomach as they could get in. And the mother sewed him up again in the greatest haste so that he was not aware of anything and never once stirred. That is a powerful nap. Not to feel your stomach being cut open and then stitched back together. I'm just saying, that's like a medical marvel. But stranger things have happened in fairy tales. When the wolf had had his sleep out, he got on his legs, and as the stones in his stomach made him very thirsty, interesting the chalk didn't, he wanted to go to a well to drink. But when he began to walk and move about, the stones in his stomach knocked against each other and rattled. Then he cried, "What rumbles and tumbles against my poor bones? I thought 'twas 6 kids, but it's only big stones." I like how in his pain and thirst, he's still rhyming. I love it. And when he got to the well and stooped over the water and was just about to drink, the heavy stones made him fall in. There was no help for it, but he had to drown miserably. Oh, so sad. Not so sad. When the 7 kids saw that, they came running to the spot and cried aloud, "The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead!" and danced for joy round the well with their mother. The end. I do wonder what she brought home from the woods. And I do kind of love that the goats live in a house with scissors and a door, and they interact with bakers and shopkeepers and everybody else. I think that's kind of cool. But I would say poor wolf, but man, I don't know. At least all little kids are safe. But I do hope you enjoyed tonight's telling and that your belly is not rumbling like it's full of stones, and if it is, don't go near a well. But on that weird note, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Now off to sleep and dream what you will, or stay a while and enjoy another tale. Whichever you choose, I'll speak to you again, and until then, stay spooky, my friend. Good night.